Well, hello there, and today we're going to make some Chilean empanadas, and this is how I'm going to serve them. Right, let's get cooking. Right, so good morning, and my name is John. What are we going to be doing today? We're going to be making some Chilean empanadas. So I've done the cheats way around. I bought some sheet pastry. You can make your own if you like, but this will get you through the process a lot quicker. I've got some spices: salt and pepper, cumin, paprika, chili. I'm not going to use ground beef. I'm actually going to cut up some rump steak. I've got a beef cube here, some garlic, mushrooms, onion and red pepper for the filling. And we're going to do these in the air fryer. So this will make things nice and quick, nice and easy. So let's get cooking. Right, let's start off by dicing our garlic and our onion. There we are, there's the onions all diced. I have to say that of all the sort of countries that I have been discovering food in, South America has actually been the most exciting, and primarily I think because we just don't see much of it. There's so much Asian and Indian foods being focused on YouTube and in cooking programs up and down the country, that we miss out on something that's on our own back doorstep, as it were, especially for America, I guess. And there's a lot of Americans going through South America, travel bloggers, etc., discovering all this wonderful new food. So hopefully we get to see as much of it as possible. I'm going to get those onions into a pan, and then once then softened up, in with the garlic. Right, in with a little bit of vegetable oil, and then our onions. Now those of you who know me will also know that I don't buy ground beef. I make it myself from rump steak, and that way I get a much better quality product. And quite often, if you're buying, say, rump steak, you'll get it at roughly the same price too. So if you cut it as thinly as you can and then cut it again, you'll end up with something very similar to ground beef. But as you can see, there's very little, if any, fat in there at all, and that's what we're after. We want to eat meat. There you go, look at that, perfect. I'll finish that off and then we'll get back to the cooking. Right, before we put the garlic in, we'll pop our chopped up red pepper. Right, now in with the garlic, and in with our mushrooms, and we'll pop our homemade ground beef. Now our spices. So I got half a tablespoon of ground paprika, got a teaspoon and a little bit of chili flakes, a teaspoon of cumin. Let's just sprinkle them over. When you get food like this, you want to taste it as you're cooking it. You don't want to have to wait till the end. Right, so we'll give those spices about 5 minutes. Then we'll put our beef broth in, and then we'll season it. Right, now we're going to add our beef broth, so I'll just put a little bit in, and I'm using gluten-free flour to keep this recipe gluten-free. Right, yeah, we'll get the heat back up for about 2 minutes, and then we'll turn it off and leave it to cool. As you can see, I've got my pastry out and I'm ready to cut my circles. So I'm just cutting these out. Once we're ready to fill them, I'll come back. Right, let's put together our empanadas. So, a decent sized scoop in here. Right, so we don't want to overfill them, because if we do, they will squirt out the sides. I promise you that. Right, so sorry for obscuring your view, but I probably could have put a bit more in this one. We have to work fast, because as you can see, the pastry is quite I don't know whether you can see that. I'm going to make them up like this, then we'll put them on some parchment paper and put them in the air fryer. Right, there's our empanadas. Let's get them into the air fryer. There we are. Put a bit of flour on top of the parchment paper just to stop it from sticking. And now that I've got them in there, I'll just egg wash them so they get a nice shiny look to them. Now I'm picking that these will take at least about 20 minutes at 180 degrees. So we'll pop them in at that and then come back and see how we're fixed. And there you are, 20 minutes, and we have these beautiful empanadas. I'm going to whip up a quick salad now and we'll have a wee taste. Right, we've got our mayo and lemon dressing here for our salad. And now let's get a knife and fork and dig in. Oh, ho, ho. Look at that. Beautiful. Still quite hot, but here goes. Oh. Well, before this turns into an episode of eating around the world instead of cooking around the world, I'm going to dig into this. And thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next recipe.